20. That is the age gap between the two players who will define the FIFA 2026 final. Lionel Messi, 39 years old, 21 World Cup goals, the most in the history of the competition. Defending world champion, playing what is almost certainly the last match of his career. Lamine Yamal, 19 years old. He turned 19 3 days ago, on the same day as the semifinals, the most exciting young footballer on the planet, playing the first World Cup final of what will almost certainly be a career full of them. 20 years between them, the same pitch, the same stadium, Sunday, July 19th, 3 in the afternoon. The greatest player in the history of football, against the player who may one day inherit that title. This is everything you need to know about the FIFA 2026 final. How Spain got here. Spain have conceded 1 goal in 7 matches. 1. Across the group stage, the round of 32, the round of 16, the quarterfinal, and the semi-final, only one team in this entire tournament has put the ball past Unai Simon. That is the foundation that Luis de la Fuente has built. A team so organized, so disciplined, so difficult to play against, that France, the tournament favorite, Mbappe, Dembélé, Olise, failed to score against them in the semi-final. Spain won 2-0 at AT&T Stadium in Dallas on July 14th. It was not close. Spain's road to this final has been described as drama-free. They opened with a shock 0-0 draw against Cape Verde in Atlanta, a result that raised eyebrows across the world. They responded by winning their remaining group games comfortably and topping the group. In the knockouts, Mikel Merino has become the most important player nobody was talking about before the tournament. He scored in the 90th minute against Portugal in the round of 16. He scored in the 88th minute against Belgium in the quarterfinal. 2 vital goals, both in the final 2 minutes of normal time. Spain enter this final on a 36-match unbeaten run, 1 match away from the all-time international unbeaten record. Which record? The one held by Argentina. 37 matches, set by this very squad between 2019 and 2022. Spain can break Argentina's own record by beating Argentina. The subplot does not get more fitting than that. How Argentina got here. Argentina have scored 9 goals at this tournament after the 75th minute. Egypt, 2-0 down at 77 minutes, won 3-2. Switzerland equalized through McAllister and then Alvarez's golazo in extra time, 1-3-1. England, 1-0 down at 84 minutes. Fernandez equalized in the 85th. Lautaro headed home in the 92nd, 1-2-1. Every single time Argentina needed a miracle, they found one. That is not luck. That is the psychological identity of a team that has been built around the single most experienced winner in the history of international football. Messi turned 39 on June 24th. During this tournament, he scored 3 goals in his first group game, 2 in his second, and assisted 2 of the 3 goals that eliminated England in the semi-final. He has 8 goals at this tournament, the joint Golden Boot leader. He has 21 career World Cup goals, the all-time record. Argentina beat England 2-1 in Atlanta. Before that, Switzerland 3-1 in extra time. Before that, Egypt 3-2 in the most dramatic comeback of the tournament. 7 wins from 7 matches. 2 of them decided only in extra time. No team at this World Cup has found more ways to survive than Argentina. And no team at this World Cup has Lionel Messi. Let us go back to the number that opened this video. 20. Messi was born on June 24th, 1987. Yamal was born on July 13th, 2007. 20 years apart, almost to the week. When Messi made his World Cup debut in Germany in 2006, Yamal was not yet born. When Yamal scored his goal against France in the Euro 2024 semi-final, the goal that announced him to the world, Messi was sitting in the stands watching, playing no competitive football for the national team that night. One is at the end of the greatest career the sport has ever seen. One is at the very beginning of a career that may eventually challenge those heights. In Sunday's final, they will be on opposite sides. Messi will try to find space between Spain's midfield lines. Yamal will try to find space behind Argentina's left back. Emiliano Martinez will be the last line of Argentina's defense. Unai Simon, who has conceded once in 7 matches, will be the last line of Spain's. The individual contest between Messi and Yamal is not a direct matchup. They operate in different areas. But the question of which one has the bigger impact on Sunday, which one creates the decisive moment, is the question that every football fan on earth is asking right now. Before Messi and Yamal settle it, the midfield decides whether either of them gets enough of the ball to do so. Rodri. the 2024 Ballon d'Or winner, Spain's defensive midfielder, the player whose presence or absence has been the single biggest variable in any match Spain has played in the last 2 years. He missed Euro 2024 with injury. Spain won it without him, remarkable, but the team admitted afterwards that they had not been as dominant as they can be when Rodri controls the tempo. At FIFA 2026, he has been the best midfielder in the tournament. The stats confirm it: the highest pass completion rate of any midfielder, the most ball recoveries, the most switches of play that led to attacks. Against him, Enzo Fernandez, the man who scored the 85th minute equalizer against England, the man whose energy and range of passing has driven Argentina's transitions throughout the tournament. Pedri will be the third presence, the Spanish midfielder who plays the most beautiful linking football in the game today. Mac Allister will be Argentina's anchor, the player who covers the ground behind Fernandez and Messi. Whoever controls this midfield battle controls where the final is played, and whoever controls where it is played controls who lifts the trophy. Only 2 nations in the history of the World Cup have ever won consecutive tournaments: Italy, 1934 and 1938, Brazil, 1958 and 1962. If Argentina win on Sunday, they join that list. Back-to-back World Cups, 2022 and 2026, the most successful international squad of the modern era. Spain are chasing their second World Cup title. They won in 2010, Andres Iniesta's extra-time goal against the Netherlands in Johannesburg, 16 years ago. This is their first final since. Spain are unbeaten in 36 consecutive international matches. A win or a draw on Sunday, for the first time in their history, they break Argentina's world record. And then there is the halftime show. For the first time in 96 years of World Cup finals, there will be a halftime show. Justin Bieber, Shakira, Madonna, and BTS are confirmed to co-headline at MetLife Stadium. Shakira, who performed the opening ceremony in Mexico City on June 11th, will perform twice at this World Cup. The first is in the country where the ceremony was held. The second is at the final of the biggest tournament the sport has ever staged. The halftime show is the symbol of what FIFA 2026 has become. Not just a football event, the greatest entertainment event on the planet. We started this video with a number: 20. The age gap between the greatest player in the history of football and the player who may one day challenge him for that title. Sunday's final is not just Argentina versus Spain, it is the past against the future. It is a 39-year-old playing his last match against a 19-year-old playing the first final of his career. Here is who I believe wins this final. Spain. Not by much, not comfortably, but Spain's defensive record, 1 goal conceded in 7 matches, is the strongest foundation any team has had in this tournament. They have the midfield control through Rodri. They have the creative threat through Yamal. They have Mikel Oyarzabal, 5 goals, the most reliable finisher in the final third, and they have the tactical structure that neutralized Mbappe, Dembélé, and Olise all in the same match. Argentina have Messi and 9 goals after the 75th minute. If this match reaches the 85th minute level, if it is goalless or 1-1, with 5 minutes of normal time left, then every single person watching will feel the same thing. Argentina do not lose late. MetLife Stadium, East Rutherford, New Jersey, July 19th, 3 in the afternoon Eastern Time. The greatest player in the history of football, playing his last World Cup match against the best team at this tournament. The halftime show features Shakira, who sang at the opening ceremony. The same woman, the same tournament. The beginning and the end. 1 match, 1 trophy, 1 Sunday. This is the FIFA 2026 final.